Welcome back to my channel, guys. Just a quick one before I get started. This video, I accidentally deleted the first part of it, which obviously I'm an idiot for doing so, but I was just basically saying, my last video that I uploaded, I was talking about possibly rehoming Tux. I'm sure some of you guys have already seen that, but I obviously made that video private because I ended up changing my mind. But yeah, with that being said, let's just get straight into the main part of this video, which is going to be talking about certain qualities that I believe that you should have or work on when you obviously own a European Doberman. Right, so let's get into the main section of the video. The qualities I believe you should have or you should work on when you're working or when you own a European Doberman. Number one, straight up from the beginning, I'm going to say you need good patience. I'm going to tell you something about myself which I've not mentioned before, and I don't really need to, but because you guys have been following my journey, I feel like it's fair just to give you guys an insight about myself as well as Tux. I'm 28 years old now. When I was 18, so 10 years ago, fucking hell, it's been a decade, I can't believe it. But basically, 10 years ago, I got into some trouble and I went to prison. I had a 4-year sentence. I served 2 inside and I did 2 when I got out. Cut a long story short, I lived a completely different life prior to jail. I had a rough upbringing. I associated with the wrong types of people, the wrong gangs, etc. And yeah, basically, I was just not a good person. I was not a very civilized person. Obviously, when I was locked up inside, I kind of changed my ways. I kind of found religion, found God. I humbled myself. I changed for myself, for my family, etc. Obviously, when I got released, I eventually got married. I started earning legitimate income, so I started working. Surprisingly enough, now my job my current job, I'm actually helping people that have been in my shoes before. So people that are getting locked up and shit, I'm helping them come away from that sort of lifestyle. So it's kind of satisfying, you know. But basically, obviously, I did a lot of bad things when I was growing up, but it's not that. What I'm trying to get at is my characteristics and my personality growing up was a certain way. And one thing that I've always struggled with from childhood through teenage phase, through my reckless phase, I've always had bad patience. So don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you need to be the most patient person in the world to own a Doberman before you even get one. Go and ask my missus, go and ask anyone that knows me personally. They'll tell you how bad my patience is. I can snap really, really easily. Now I'm telling you now, since I've had this dog, he has dramatically improved my life in so many ways that I can't even imagine, and I wasn't even expecting it. One main one, like I'm saying, is the patience. I've had to learn to be patient because of this dog. Now, you really, really need to bear that in mind. When you get this dog, you can't just be impatient. Don't get me wrong, I've been impatient a lot of times from the beginning. Even now, certain times when if I've got things going on, if I've got appointments, or I'm really busy with work, or I have to take the missus out and the baby or whatever, if I've got a lot on and the dog's acting up or he wants to go out and I've not got the time or the energy, or sometimes I'm just lazy and I just want to, have a Netflix day or whatever. But sometimes I do get impatient. But my main point I'm trying to get at is, if you want a European Doberman and you are going to train him yourself, or whether you're getting him trained by somebody else, you need a lot of patience. Sometimes there's going to be accidents where he does a little wee or a poo in the house. Sometimes he's going to be moaning. Sometimes he's going to cry and, bark for no reason. Sometimes he's going to be barking when you're blatantly there, so he doesn't need to be protective. Sometimes he's going to obviously, he's going to be being like a nuisance in the house. You need to have patience with that shit, because if he feels like he's in trouble all the time and you're giving him a bad vibe and a bad energy, you're going to ruin your relationship with him. And I've witnessed that firsthand, because there's been a lot of times where I've been impatient with him and then he's not listened to me for the rest of the day, but for the next hour or so, until I start being nice to him again. So bear that in mind. One point you really need to work on is patience. Definitely, that's by far, I'm going to say that's one of the biggest points you need to work on, is patience. Another point, I'd say, having a dog like this, you need to be strong, both mentally and physically. I'm not saying you need to be hench and have the biggest muscles in the world, or, you need to have a certain image. No, I'm saying you have to be physically strong in the sense that you have to, be prepared for him to, when he starts transitioning from, I think, 5-6 months, and he starts becoming 8-9 months, he's going to grow dramatically in size and his strength is going to increase without a doubt. And I noticed that because Tux, yeah, like when I used to take him for a walk, it'd be easier to control him. But once he started getting big and strong, it was really, really hard to maintain him at times. He'd pull me. My missus would struggle with walking him as well, where she'd feel like he's launching her forward. So you need to be physically strong to handle a dog like this. It doesn't mean that he's just going to be a nuisance. Obviously, if you heel train him, that's fine, and the rest of it. But there's going to be times where you need to hold him back. Like if you're near a road and he's obviously seen a squirrel or something in the trees, or I don't know. There's different scenarios where he might like randomly just step out, or he's not going to stay right at your heel. You know what I'm trying to get at, right? Basically, you need to be physically strong because the dog's fucking strong, so you need to be strong. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. If there's any kids watching this channel, I really do apologise. I do have a foul mouth. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been containing it for a long time, but I'm doing my best as I can, so excuse me. Mentally strong as well. Like I said, it kind of relates to the patience as well. There's going to be at times where this dog will test your strength mentally, because you need to understand these are like an alpha dog. They want to be alpha. Tux hasn't fully hit that stage yet where he's being all dominant, but there is little instances where he does try his luck. So you need to be strong in here. Don't let him get away with something that you don't like. If there's things that you don't want him to continuously do, make sure you nick it in the bud straight away. And don't settle for less. You need to be strong up here. Do you understand? What else? Well, they're the main points, sorry. So 3 main points: mentally strong, physically strong, and patient. Another thing I would say is you need to be willing to dedicate your time to this dog. There's a reason why they call it a Velcro dog. I completely understand now. He wants to be stuck to my leg like glue. Now, it's been hard to kind of break down and train him with his separation anxiety. But I found a way for me to personally do it and, like burn his energy out or whatever, make him feel mentally stimulated, where then if I do have an appointment or I do need to nip out without him, it's completely fine. Like, sat at home, he won't cry away, or if I've left him in the boot of the car for a little bit, he won't keep crying. But there's a way you have to do it. So you need to be willing to put in the time and effort to work with this dog. Do you understand? Maintenance. That's the next point. Health and hygiene. Make sure you're a clean person, because having a dog in general, you need to be clean, right? It's a short head dog, so it's easy to work with, but he's still a dog. He's still an animal. Do you understand? Don't become a scruff and just like let him be the way he is. Clean him up and that, man. You don't want your house thinking like dog and shit. You want to clean your dog, clean his paws, clean his ears. And like me with Tux, since I've had him, obviously because he's a pup, and I've had him on a raw diet, he doesn't like the kibble food, so I'm trying to figure out how to work with his yeast infection. He's not got a really, really bad yeast infection, not to the point where you can't like even be around him, but he's got very, very low case of it. I know it is. The vets couldn't detect it, but I know it is. It's my dog, and at the end of the day, you will know your dog like more than others. I know my dog. It's just like saying I know my car more than the mechanic that works on my car. Do you understand? So my point is, like, you need to work on these little things. This dog needs a lot of time and a lot of effort. He needs a lot of exercise. He needs a lot of things that stimulates his mind. So just bear that in mind. You need to be willing to compromise a lot. So sorry, yeah, that's another point. You need to compromise a lot, because there's going to be times when you need to compromise your time, your work, and he's going to need that. So you do need to have patience. You do need to be mentally strong. You do need to be physically strong. You do need to have time, and you do need to have the time to invest into him. You do need to be willing to put in effort, and not just be one of these half-hearted people. And you do really, really need to compromise at times. Well, not times, but a lot of times you do need to compromise, I'm not going to lie. And yeah, so that's the main points I do want to mention. I'm sure there is more, but I'm just kind of like freestyling this video now. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just on the way home, like I said. But I thought these tips might be a little bit useful for some of you guys. And one more thing I wanted to add, to the being strong up here and strong, not physically, but strong up here mainly, but it relates to the heart as well, being strong in your heart. You need to understand, this is a working dog. The original dogs that were bred, they were cropped and docked. There's a lot of people out here, there's so much stigma now, man, like with cropped and docked dogs, but I don't know, it is what it is. But my point, what I'm trying to get at, this is a working dog, and he's a strong dog. Things like shock collars, prong collars, and things like that, they were, yeah, all right. I don't think they was designed for little small dogs, because yeah, it might hurt them. But big dogs like this, it was designed for them. Because a lot of times when I'm looking into like buying one of these collars or whatever, it always says medium to large dogs. I've not seen small dogs, and some of them do specifically say keep them away from small dogs. So dogs like this, you need to understand, they will require you to have a strong heart. Don't start being all soft and emotional when you have to correct him. I've seen so many like Dobie owners, even German Shepherd owners or Cane Corso owners, where they just treat the dog like a full-on pet. Like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. I'm not saying there's an issue with that. Like Tux originally, I got him to just be a working dog, but he has kind of become my pet as well. I've grown in love for him. I've got a bond with him. Do you understand? But what I'm getting at is, you need to bear in mind, even if you keep him as just a pet, he is a working dog. That's what he was originally bred for. So don't be all like soft-hearted when like you have to correct him, or you see, if you're not willing to correct your dog and whatever, you need to understand, everyone's not the same. Other people will correct their dogs, and sometimes the discipline is quite harsh. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying go and beat the hell out of your dog. I condone that. I'm not with that stuff. But what I'm saying is, sometimes you will have to be strong, like things that you don't want to do. Like when Tux is acting up, I don't want to pull the prong on him. By the way, I have shortened his prong. I figured out how to do it. Mine doesn't have the clips where you can just unclip it and make it shorter. I had to kind of like fiddle with it, like pliers and everything, but I did make it short, and it's a good size for him now. It fits it properly. But what I'm getting at is, I don't like pulling it and hurting it, because obviously, like I said, I've got love for him now. I don't want him to get hurt. But he's like a teenager. If I don't discipline my kid as she's growing up, she's going to start acting up. So my dog, I have to discipline him at times. And I don't want to, but I do it when I have to, when it's necessary. So you have to be strong in here. Do you understand? Anyway, I hope you guys have found this video useful, helpful. In my next videos, guys, I've got a couple that I want to be making. So I'm just going to give you guys a heads up now, so if there's anything specific you want me to add into them videos, just give me a shout and let me know, and I'll try and drop them in, or remember at least to mention it in the videos. My next video, I'm going to be talking about, I completely forgot what I'm going to do in my next video, but I'll figure it out when I get home or when it's time. But there's a few videos I'm going to be doing, I don't know in what order. So I'm going to be doing a Q&A session, because I think one of them are due soon. I can't do a live session yet because I've not got enough subscribers, guys, but if you guys can help build that shit up, keep promoting this channel. If you can get me up to, I think, 1,000 subs, once I get to like 1k subs, I think I can start doing live videos and live streams, so then I can do better Q&A sessions with you guys. If that's what you want, please promote this channel, help me out, help me grow, guys. And I do really appreciate the ongoing support as it is. So yeah, Q&A sessions coming up soon. So if you got any questions and stuff, please hit me up in the comments down below. Put them all down there, and I'll address all them comments in the next Q&A session. Another video I was going to do was, it was a special request by one of my very, very loyal existing subscribers and followers on Instagram. I think his Doberman's called Marshall. So Marshall, I'm going to be doing that video you've asked for. You've asked me to do an example or the journey of me doing my training with Tux's e-collar, and I see why you've told me to do that now. Well, I don't know if it's the specific brand that I've got, but when I was looking at some videos on YouTube yesterday, these numpties on here, they was just showing you how to set up the collar. I think any person knows how to charge a collar, how to put a strap into thingy. No offense, I know some people might want to watch that stuff. Personally, I still watch that stuff, so it's nothing to be offended by. But it would be genuinely helpful to see the progress of the actual footage of using the collar from the beginning to the end, to show how it works, how the dog reacts to it, how it responds to it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So you want to see the actual collar in action. I completely get that. So Marshall, don't worry, I'm going to be doing that video. There's another video I wanted to do, I think it's an update on his diet, because I've gone through different phases now. Obviously I started him off on his raw, then I switched over to kibble, then I switched over to half raw, half kibble, but now I've gone straight back to raw. And I'll be talking about that in more depth, obviously in the video what I'm going to be making. So yeah, they're the videos I've kind of got in the pipelines at the moment. I'm going to be doing another. Oh shit! I completely forgot about this one, guys. Listen to me now. The daily routine video was a hit, right? So far, that's the one that's got the most views. But I'm going to be doing an update on that, and I'm sure you guys are going to appreciate it because now I've got a little bit more experience. My daily routine back then was very simple, but now it's been quite complex. I've spent, like, obviously when my missus was staying at her mum's for a while, when we was having our little problems, but she was there for over a month. So technically speaking, I've lived life as a single man with a Dobie. So I'm gonna make a daily routine video on that. Yeah, do you understand? So a daily routine video as a single man owning a Dobie. If you guys want to watch that, let me know. Definitely let me know on that one. And another one is just in general, like with my family being back, and a new daily routine video in general, because now things have changed. Now I'm back in the gym. My work ethics are changing. I'm a lot more productive now. I'm a lot more out there. So how am I maintaining that shape whilst keeping my Dobie with me? Tux? No, you can see him. No, he's laid down now. But yeah, so my daily routine video, that's going to be getting updated, guys. So just let me know if you guys, which one you guys are interested in more, and I'll be sure to work on that as soon as possible. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I really appreciate the support and the love you guys have been showing me so far. Even you haters that are still watching my shit but leaving dislikes, thank you. Yeah, until next time, guys. For now, sorry, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave a thumbs up. Hit me up in the comments down below. Yeah, until next time, guys. Peace out.